We're back this week with 4v4 action, and the channel has hit 500 subscribers, and we have a new version of the Boon GUI mod. A lot to look forward to. Enjoy!
Ross Solomon!
Greetings YouTube, welcome to 0AD Newbie Rush. I'm Jim Kogan, and we are back again, 4v4 action, some incredible players who we'll go through in a minute. First off, quick apologies, we missed a midweek game this week, had a bit of a crisis last weekend. It can't be helped, stuff outside of 0AD, real life type stuff. And that was quite dramatic, so didn't get a chance to do a midweek game. But we are back, and not only do we have some incredible competitors on this 4v4 mainland medium temperate biome map, we will be doing some games on new maps very soon. In fact, the one midweek that was scheduled to happen was going to be on a different map. You might see that this coming week. We've also got the brand new Boon GUI mod. I think this is version 2.2. So I did have version 2, and that would have been the first sort of pilot of it, but this is 2.2. You can see we have slightly redesigned headings. We have tooltips. So we have individual technologies and stuff, and this rather funky sort of menu at the side to show what everybody is producing and what technologies and units they've got. We'll be digging into that as we analyse things first off. But let's have a look at the teams as we go. Team 1 in the north. We're keeping an eye out for Cav as well in case there are any rushes. Some familiar faces here. First off, Team 1 in the north in the light blue or cyan, playing as the Ptolemies. It's Boudica with a rating of some kind of heart symbol, but we know Boudica is a good player. 1800 plus possibly since the last time I saw them play. Boudica, an old stalwart of 0AD, and I'm looking forward to seeing them play. We've seen a mixed bag from Boudica in the past, seen them be brilliant, seen them be not so good. Moving along, playing as the Persians in the pink stroke fuchsia, it's Mark Oriel, whose rating is Mark Oriel has won. Very presumptive. We know Mark Oriel again is also a very good player, so again similar level, if not a little bit higher than Boudica. We will see how they do. I think I've definitely covered Mark Oriel once or twice before, but I'm interested to see how they do in the inside positions here, so not going to be under attack immediately on a flank. They also are making calves, so I think they're going to go off and attack somebody very soon. Let's move along. We have playing as the Gauls in the yellow. What's that? Gladiator 707. No, so Gladiator 7050. They're going to be Gladiator, right? Rating 1296. Never seen Gladiator play. Gauls, decent civ, pretty fast at booming, well-hard in cases. We'll see how they do. Looking forward to seeing them play. And we can actually see the. It's a new thing on the Boon GUI mod. You can actually see the line where the path where things are coming out. That's really cool. There we go. We're finding new features all the time. Just checking, no deaths yet, so just some hunting going on. Let's look at the last competitor in Team 1. Playing as the Spartans, it's Behuda, rating of 1. Behuda known for creating lots and lots and lots of accounts. We can see Behuda is sending Cav out, and we can see it's heading for this hunt over here. This is quite a handy feature. I'm surprised it's not been part of the typical sort of observing functions of the game, but that's very cool to see that. Awesome. So that is Team 1, Behuda Spartans rounds it out on the flank, and let's see who they're facing. Looks like Behuda is heading south to see his competitor now. He's doing a bit of sneaky hunting in the middle. We'll keep an eye on that. I think that's just scouting. Everybody's doing a bit of scouting now. That's an attack dog scouting there. Let's see how Team 2 shape up. First of all, playing as the Britons in the red, RUL. Not sure what that stands for, but it was an interesting one with names last week. I covered a player who I called Vine Shreddy. Apparently South Asian name. Apparently it's Vinesh Reddy, not Vine Shreddy. People, put some punctuation, put some phonetics in there so I know that. I thought Vine Shreddy was such a funny name that I'd keep that going. So from now on, I think they're always going to be known as Vine Shreddy, as we see an attack already coming in from Boudica. on RUL. We'll keep an eye on this for the minute. It's Camel Archers, kills already. Also seeing Mark Oriel kill somebody up there. Not sure who it was they killed. Looks like it might have been, yeah, might have been RUL's scout that they killed. So that's pretty drastic. 5 kills already for Boudica, and then I'm going to shoot up infantry down here. Who's this? This is Mark Oriel coming in as well. So it's a double attack on RUL. This is pretty awful. We'll have to keep an eye. All those, yeah, it's all female citizens down there. This is a killer. So they can't protect them from both. There's a horrible pincer movement going on. You're going to have to take it as gospel that there's some bad stuff going on here. He's going to lose troops right, left and centre. RUL has already lost 15 and those female citizens have to run away. And a horrible situation to be in. We will keep an eye on that as I think we'll just switch on the silhouettes again. I've been doing the old, there we go, that's better. Doing the old screenshots for thumbnails again. I keep forgetting to switch it back on. So has the danger passed now? I can't see Mark Oriel pulling out totally. We better rip through everyone else. That was a total of 22 losses, 11 kills each for Mark Oriel and Boudica. And naturally, Mark Oriel's going down to attack someone else. He's attacking the purple team. This is Ptolemy's again. It's Jorsa, rating 1310. Jorsa, very good boom player. Not necessarily the better in the latter stages, but seen them do spectacular things and not so good things. They've gone for corrals. Look at this. They're trying to make a corral boom work. So they're definitely going for Cav, as you can see. That's quite unusual. You don't see that all that often. So brave move, especially in this game. I think you've got to be really precise to make corrals work. So they're going for a massive food production thing and basically employing everyone else to gather resources. So all the Cav are doing the food. We're keeping an eye on Mark Oriel over here. See if they sneak around. There's a fair amount of infantry there, so I don't think Mark Oriel's going to find easy targets. Might shoot up some of these corrals. But that is Jorsa. Let's have a look at the green team. Here we are. They've also, there's Cav everywhere. Everyone's got some Cav. Just looking for other confrontation. That's not happening at the moment, which is good news for me as a commentator. We can get through them. This is Aslan, rated 1535. Another tidy player we've seen a few times, quite like Aslan. Got his own little cavalry there. Aslan has, in fact, 7 Cav. There they are. And no doubt it's going to be Cav all over the place in this game. It's going to be crazy. That's Aslan playing as Seleucids. And I'm hearing deaths somewhere. It's over this side. Who's being killed? So it looks like it's our final player, who is Meta Foundations, who we've seen twice. I think they were on the winning and losing side and didn't do too bad in one of them, but there were weaknesses in their game in both of those matches. So interesting. This is some Cav by Berhuda, who's got 4 kills sneakily off Meta Foundations. Meta Foundations has corpses. Yeah, it's not idled, they're corpses. So they're just waiting for them to come back out. That's horrible. Meta Foundations playing as the Spartans as well. So this is going to be interesting. Berhuda has obviously stolen a bit of a march, comes back in, runs into Meta Foundations Cav. So it's going to be Cav battles everywhere. We're going to have to keep an eye on this very, very carefully. In terms of losses, biggest loss felt by RUL. Somebody's already phased. Aslan's already phased up, so I think, yeah, is this an attempt to get mercenaries? I know that the Seleucids have mercenaries of their own. We're looking for the mercenary buildings. I don't quite know what made them shoot up so fast, but Gladiator has also started the town phase. So Aslan and Gladiator both about, well, Aslan's already there. Gladiator's going to hit there in approximately, let's have a look. How long have they got to phase out? Not that long. So, yeah, 5 seconds. So, early moves. What have the ghouls got in phase 2 that everybody's afraid of then? That's interesting. We'll see.
Yeah, see?
So, quiet area now. I say that just as Boudica launches a nasty raid on RUL. RUL bringing up the rear in terms of population after that double attack. And I think Mark Auriel might be coming in again. Oh, they've really decided to win that flank early, haven't they? RUL is in tremendous trouble if this hits big now. So Mark Auriel comes in. This is a distraction, isn't it? They've got a tower up, but there's nobody in it. They're going in. What type of cav are they? They are light cavalry, so it's ranged. They pull out, and it looks like they're pretty much shot up. He might lose a few of those if he keeps them in there, but all the time sneaking around the outside, knowing where there's a big concentration of female citizens, is... What have we got here? 27 pikemen, 9 camel archers, and 8 slingers, and that's going to be enough to see off any defences that are here. So this is going to be another loss fest for RUL. As we see, Behuda has reached the town phase. Joris is almost there. So 4 players now in phase 2, the rest in phase 1. Interesting. We're looking for other confrontation. It looks like Behuda's being hassled by Aslan now, so he's got a small amount going in. We got a lot to look at. So over this side, Aslan is going in on Behuda. Wouldn't surprise me if Meta Foundations gets involved as well. But over this side, oh, this is disastrous. They're about to lose that barracks, I think. They just about keep it because they've managed to garrison it. We tend they're still going to lose it. They've lost it. So RUL has lost a barracks, has destroyed it. That is going from bad to worse for RUL, who's already at the bottom of the pop stakes with 55 and falling. They've had to take cover. They are in serious trouble. It could really do with Jorsa coming to help him out, but there's no sign of any support there. In the meantime, Aslan has got 7 kills for the loss of 4. So riding around Behuda's base trying to take out peripheral targets. But it's here where there's the major danger. They've captured a tower. They're now taking out women on the fields. Has he got any? RUL has got 18 infantry somewhere, but somewhat outnumbered. And them what are they doing? Did a bit of impromptu mining there. So that was quite interesting. Trying to steal some of his supplies. I think they're just going to keep hassling these guys constantly. That's a pretty horrible situation to be in. In the meantime, we are seeing a whole train of infantry and female citizens running away from this big group of 17 of Aslan's cav. They are ripping through. And there's more on the way. Look at this. They're coming from the south as well. So Behuda in a little bit of trouble here, possibly. Population-wise, it's Gladiator who's gone to the front, and we're seeing Gladiators actually starting the city phase. The speed with which he got up to 150 there, we're only 10 minutes 33 in. Everybody's been going at a fair old click there, it has to be said. Behuda's got himself pop-capped whilst trying to fight off this hassle from Aslan. He's now got a whole load of infantry and cav chasing them away. They're starting to seep into Gladiator's territory. But at the same time, there's an attack coming in from the south as they're starting to take out individual units. So Behuda being attacked from 2 sides. Not good. Whilst they're still trying to chase down this cav here. Looking for other developments. RUL still very much at the bottom, still in phase 1. The only person in phase 1. Gladiator is almost at phase 3. It's just about to click over. And running away with it population-wise, 162. Boudica and RUL are both struggling. Who's making what at the moment? So we could see every kind of unit or the number of units they've got and the breakdown of everybody's army. So that's pretty cool. Who is struggling? RUL is really struggling for infantry. He's only got 21 infantry. So it's... yeah, it's interesting that you can see this whole breakdown. What else have we got? That's civic buildings, houses, civic centres. Cool. And military buildings, how many barracks everybody's got and how many stables. This is fantastic. Who's piling up on the old stables there? So Aslad's got 4 stables. That does explain how he's able to stage attacks like this one. Behuda has, though, been reasonably successful. He's got 24 kills, lost 35, so is in deficit, and it is slowing him down a little. But you know, he's still going at a fair old pace. Jorus has pop capped himself at 160 there. Who's in phase 3? Gladiator is, and Jorus is just going to phase 3 now. It's difficult to say who is winning. I suppose RUL is definitely weakened. Behuda is a little bit under the cosh here. So Team 1 have definitely got a bit of a stranglehold on this side, although Jorus has not got involved. Cav-wise, Aslan is kicking it out of the park. Look at this. It's 48 Cav that he's got. What has he got? Let's see if we can see what kind of units that Aslan has been making. We've lost the champions column, which is a little bit annoying. But Aslan is in the green as we're seeing more buildings coming down. And we're seeing Meta Foundation send troops in as well. So Behuda is in the crap a bit here. He's getting his ass handed to him by multiple sides. We're getting a little bit of help there from Gladiator. Gladiator has got forces massing over here. And they're just about chasing Aslan off. And looks like Meta Foundations has decided to head back, having got a little bit of revenge for that earlier strike by Behuda. Behuda somewhat distracted with this. Aslan has got 40 horse archers. So, yeah. Nasty. Good range. But let's go back to the main one. See who's producing what. We're seeing Meta Foundations going up to phase 3. So that will be 3 players into phase 3 there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in phase 2. It's still RUL struggling in phase 1 for both population, resources, and just general development. And we're seeing an expansion. It is a big expansion by Gladiator. So he's got the he's building loads and building loads of stuff. So we've got siege coming down here. Looks like he's going to be the first. We've lost the siege column as well. I wonder if there's one to spool it around to siege. We'll be able to see siege weapons over here, won't we? You can see the siege workshop. And what's that? That's economic, defensive. These are the technologies everybody's armed up. Who's that? That is Gladiator, who's got the most military technologies research. So Gladiator's going to be a fighting force, especially infantry-wise. Certainly cut march above everyone else. And if we look at units, are we seeing any siege engines yet? Do they show up? Where are they? Yeah, so oh, there they are. Yeah, so rams show up over there. They show once they've been completed. So there is that first ram. Interesting. So there's going to be a siege-related attack here as Aslan is still hassling Behuda. Behuda's stuck around the 135-ish population. Can't get into phase 3. Definitely under pressure there. And we're seeing quite an incursion here by Gladiator, who is socking it to Meta Foundations, who is in terrible trouble at the moment. It's lost 28 troops, 29, and they are ripping through us. We're seeing a little bit of lag. We're seeing a bit of a fight back now. There's 2 quite big, sizable armies. So, interesting times. In comes a ram. What are they up against? They are skirmishers, so I'd have thought the ram would be relatively safe from them. Have they garrisoned it? No, they haven't garrisoned it. We've also got this individual I told you it doesn't work when you select a group, but if you select an individual soldier, you could see basically a rating for them, how much food they're carrying and how well defended they are in terms of their upgrades. Not so useful if you can't select a big group and see roughly how strong that group is, but I guess that might come later. No confrontation on the other side at the moment. And it looks like Jorus is still going for this. He has got some fields going down now. He's still using the corrals. You have to say that seems to be going fairly well for him. Gladiator, I don't think it's going that well for him, to be honest. This attack has cost him So he is nearly 50, you know, 0.5 in deficit in the kill death ratio. Aslan still harassing and harrying Behuda. He's pulling out now, looking to get some easy kills off Gladiator. So Gladiator needs to do so. He's been aggressive, but yeah, so they've lured them out, and now they've lured them into a bit of a pincer here. I think Gladiator is going to lose loads of troops, has to retreat. So walked straight into a trap there. That was absolutely brilliantly set by Aslan, and Meta Foundations just knew he had to push his troops up and attack them from the side, and they were vulnerable. Who is where at the moment? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams at phase 3. Behuda's still at phase 2. Aslan's still at phase 2. And RUL still struggling. Currently pop capped round about. No, not pop capped. He's just broke up to 160. And Ram's coming the other way from Meta Foundations. Where's that one going? This is where all the action is. And a large army of Jorsas has decided to head towards Boudica, completely unawares at the moment. This is going to be interesting. So we have conflict on both sides. Aslan and Meta Foundations are tussling with Behuda and with Gladiator on that side. Just as Boudica sends off another raiding party, he's going to have to call them back, because in comes a serious army from Jorsa here attacking Boudica, and yeah, back they come. So this could be bad news. There's no siege there. What have we got? We got, yeah, Gladiators started making champions as well as siege engines. We are seeing, oh, it shows goats. Shows goats as units. Not so good. A few people have got heroes out. We can see that Cleopatra's out for Jorsa, and Ptolemy the Fourth.
EST.
All the way tucked in there. So, did that attack work for Jorsa? Not really. Only got 9 kills. 2 kills, lost 9. So, now teaming up with RUL, who really wants to be working on his economy rather than this kind of stuff. It's a pitch battle. I don't fancy Jorsa's chances here. Boudica's been pretty lethal. He's currently got a 4.9 kill death ratio, and no signs of that really dropping at the moment. That's dropped a little. He's taking the odd loss. They're holding steady. Ram sneaking up on the side there from Boudica, so that's aiming to get into the CC, isn't it? While everything is committed to this battle. On the far side, still a pitch battle going on. Looks like Meta Foundations has pushed a little bit back into Gladiator's territory. Not seeing much from Behuda at the moment. More Cav from Aslan, 62 in terms of Cav. That flank doesn't appear to be going too well for them. Over here, that Ram is going through taking out houses of RUL, so that's going to be hurting his economy a bit. I don't know why it doesn't just go straight for the CC. Could have, it's just trying to take out these houses. RUL still, it's got more houses than he possibly needs. They've destroyed the Ram. They've pushed Boudica back a little. Mark Oriel got involved, and he's now pulling back a little bit. I think they're going to regroup. What's that over there? That's Rams of Mark Oriel as well. So we're seeing quite a lot of siege now. To keep an eye on 2 different battles. This battle has moved sideways a bit. They're ripping through all of this infrastructure of Gladiator. It's not going too well for them. Meta Foundation's Rams are doing damage, and Aslan is just hit and run on the side there. So, and he's got reserve forces here in case there's a counter. So he's played a bit of a blinder. Jorsa's trying to get a military colony up on this border. Mark Oriel's got something to say about it. He's sending a few little troops in, but it's a team effort. They're trying to hold that flank, and I think Boudica possibly dropped the ball a little bit there. He's now in deficit with his kill death ratio, having took a bit of a pasting in that exercise. And Jorsa's got a foothold on this side of the map. He's now got some territory, quite a large amount, and suddenly looking better for Team 2. But Team 1 are just 1 player short of being able to get fully into Phase 3. And it looks like we're waiting for Aslan and RUL to phase up. They haven't yet. Populations wise, there's quite a mix now. Mark Auriel is just shy of his pot max. We see Jorsa 186, RUL has reached 192. Must be due to press the button on phase 3 very, very soon. Can't quite yet. But still being embroiled in the combat up here. Jorsa's got a big force. Is that a war elephant? Yeah. Towered war elephants coming in, so he's brought stuff that will knock over buildings up with him. Mark Auriel surely is not going to let Boudica fall. I think, no, he's got defensive force there, and they are covering the periphery. On the far side, Aslan's still going and still being supported by Meta Foundations. This team have not... yeah, Behuda's really struggled. He's not committed the forces. He's down to a population of 131. Gladiator, who had a huge population, is really struggling to resist this. He's trying to build walls, but population now down to 106. You would say both these players are in a bit of trouble. So not looking good for them. Both down on population. Mark Auriel and Boudica seem to have it okay on this side. Although it's quite a push by Jorsa. It looked like this was the weak flank for team 2, but they fought back quite well and they are pushing hard, and they're looking to absolutely cripple. Oh, he's going to destroy that ram. It's got itself trapped. So trying to kill the elephant. They've killed the elephant. Yeah. So that stopped, but they've captured a temple. They haven't immediately garrisoned it. Looks like they're planning to destroy it. They're fighting in the shadow of it so they heal. Now they destroy it. And over at Gladiator space, it's going from bad to worse. He's down to a population of 86. Aslan is just... And the Rams are there too, so... Yeah, Gladiator's going down here. Not received any later support from Behuda. Behuda having to fight off Meta Foundations. I think it's been a really good performance from Aslan and Meta Foundations. They've worked incredibly well in tandem. Over this side, Jorsa's done very well to bolster RUL. After that very difficult start where he was pincered between two quite top players, they fought back. Whether they've got enough to keep the momentum going, especially as there are Rams coming the other way, can they keep that going until Aslan spreads through? I think if Aslan takes down, they've taken down the CC. So Gladiator down to a population of 52. He is largely out of this match at the moment. He's got to try and build somewhere else. They're trying to build at the back. But it's a rebuild job and it's not going to be easy. Meanwhile, Behuda not having any luck himself. Currently being pummeled by Meta Foundation, supported by more troops of Aslan. Aslan's coming back now. So... Behuda is the next target. It stands over here. The conflict's still going on. They haven't got any siege to get near them, and now currently Jorsa is sort of losing troops committed to this attack. He is still positive in terms of kill-death ratio, 156 and rising, lost 134. Boudica's still in deficit. Mark Auriel, very much a killing machine there, 1.53. But it's Aslan who is the major murderer in this game so far, with a kill-death ratio of 2.3. Interesting. And it's a question of who's going to fall, basically. We see Behuda's lost another... He's lost a temple there. They're now going in on the CC. Behuda's CC is definitely going to fall. They've got nothing to stop the Rams, I don't think. They've stopped one. But it's going to be a race between destroying that Ram and destroying this CC. The Ram is almost dead and they just about save it. But that CC is falling all the time. They're now trying to fix it. How many losses is Behuda going to take for saving that CC? He's still going. That was quite an effort, it has to be said. And now Aslan pulls out. Meta Foundations drops back a little.
EST.
So for the time being, Behuda survives because Mark Aurelius turned up to save them a little bit. Gladiator trying to get his population back up. Mark Aurelius send in, what are those? Is that Chariots? Yeah, Scythe Chariots. They look nasty. So are they gonna do for Aslan here? Mark Aurelius got a loss of kills. He's got 141 for the loss of 110. Not as many as Aslan at the moment, but I think Aslan is really gonna need to bolster his numbers against these guys. These guys look nasty. Let's see how many he's got. So Mark Aurelius has got. Where are his cav units? There they are. It's got 24 of those out on the field of play at the moment, so you don't want to be messing with them. What's going on over this side? We are seeing a bit of a stalemate now, a bit of consolidation, and yeah, the military colony is down, and Jorsa and RUL have both got a presence. Everybody in phase 3 now. They look like they are warming up for a big one on Boudica at some point. Mark Aurelius he's basically embroiled in this cavalry battle over here with Aslan. Aslan's kill death ratio dropped below 2 for a moment there, but I think. Aslan's got 90 cav. Mark Aurelius's got 54, but the ones that Mark Aurelius have got, how strong are they? They've got attack per second of 22. All of these ratings will be are explained in the Boon GUI tutorial page, which I will link to in the description. That's their defense from. Is that their ranged attack or their defense from it? It's hard to tell. I'll have to do a full breakdown of the mod. But if we compare their numbers, yeah, I think Aslan probably doesn't need to be too worried. He's got numbers, but that kill death ratio has definitely moved slightly back more in favour of Mark Aurelius. I think if all things are equal, and they had a big fight in the middle, I think Mark Aurelius would do the business. We're seeing more attacks this side. It's kind of stopped before it began. It looks like RUL and Jorsa went for a push. Mark Aurelius pulled his forces back, and now Aslan is heading that way. I think he's going to try and get involved. Is he going to hit these reserve forces of Mark Aurelius when they're not sort of aware? If he sees them, no, Mark Aurelius sees them now, and they're running into a crossfire. They go in. This will be interesting. So typically, these are not massively armed cav. They are going to start falling pretty quick. Chariots are going. Aslan's kill death ratio has fallen all the way down to 1.7 as we see Gladiator in the background is attempting to retake that territory. He's managed to get himself back up and running. Decent infantry, and they are heading south, it looks like, to hassle Meta Foundations again. Not sure if that will work. Mark Aurelius taking a bit of a pasting here at the hands of these horses of Aslan. Has not changed the kill death ratio too much. They're both on 1.7 now. So similar amounts of kills to losses, but Aslan seems to be making inroads. And if they coordinate an attack here, they have done. So Jorsa's going in from the south. No sign of RUL contributing to this one at the moment, although he has got some forces in there, little bits and pieces. Boudica's coming under attack from them. Mark Aurelius defending, and the Chariots are back. In comes Aslan. There goes a ram, which everybody is ignoring. Have they got anything that will take down a CC? I'm not sure if they have, and this attack down here seems to be petering out, especially with defense like that from Boudica. And I think Aslan can't see easy targets there, so he's going further north and is trying to capture. Yeah, it's almost captured. that siege workshop. He's got it, in fact. Are they going to destroy it? Yeah, so they've orphaned that ram. It's not going to be making any more of those in a hurry. Meanwhile, over on this side, Meta Foundations is doing his best to fight off Gladiator, and it looks like they have whittled his forces back down to a population of 121, and they are taking refuge in that temple that of Behuda's. So they've got a small contingent there and a hero. You'll notice there's the little arrow highlighting a hero. That would be Leonidas. There we go. Sparta. So interesting times over on the other side. I was disappointed I haven't seen too much of Behuda. I would have liked to have seen a lot more of Behuda. Behuda's got his population up to 170. Has done a fair bit of killing, but has there we go. That's the Behuda we all know. Sending through some champions. Is it champions? No, Security. And 57 skirmishers and a few hoplites as well. So they are going to get involved on this border. On the other side, looks like that attack has run out of steam a bit as they're having to regroup. And Boudica's doing a bit of a charge now. Will there be any siege from them? Has Boudica got any siege? Boudica's got bolt shooters, or a bolt shooter. And that's they're pretty lethal, especially in defence. And it's not looking good here for Josa either. Its population is still there, but mostly embroiled in fighting up here with Aslan. I think it's very hard to call which way this is going. We're 27 minutes in. Can't be too much of this game left. Somebody somewhere is going to crumble, and that will be the end of it. Meta Foundation, that would be so funny if Meta Foundations loses again. Because they've been a weak link in the last couple of games I've seen of them. Even in the game they won, they somewhat were a little, got a little bit fortunate with the teammates. They've been quite good in this one, it has to be said. They've got a contingent force up here and they're collecting, but somewhat split between these two territories. And we're seeing lost territory there now. Behuda's captured and destroyed the siege workshop. Behuda coming good now with kills, kill death ratio back in the positive. Gladiator still involved in there in the middle. And Boudica pushing south. They are starting to make inroads here. There's quite a push. Supported by Mark Aurel, who's got just absolutely tons of cav there. And Jorsa's feeling the pressure. Aslan's gone a bit quiet. He's gone back here to defend. So this might push. Yeah, it's another one of those pincer ones. They're coming in from two sides to try and push Gladiator and Behuda back. Get them out of Meta Foundation's territory. And if they have to retreat, then that definitely weakens this flank. Leaves them open to big counterattacks from Aslan, who's very, very fast, mobile, and deadly. Kill death ratio back up to 1.8 for Aslan, who's been a bit of a star of the show so far, but being put to defensive work. Fighting over here on the border still continues. Looks like Boudica now is having to... Is he pulling back or is he just consolidating? Oh, it's a big push. Mark Aurel runs in with all of that cav. Those chariots. I don't know if he's got any siege in there. No siege in there, but he has got... He's got 42 of the chariots, 14 of the horse archers, and little bits of infantry. Looks like... Yeah, Boudica's bolt shooter's still in there, so they are solidifying this flank. On the other side, Behuda's pushed back, so did not crumble at the first opportunity there. Is literally hung on steady. Behuda finally coming good in this game and looking very much like a threat. They've captured another barracks and they've garrisoned it straight away. They're going to try and capture, in fact they have captured that temple. So Meta Foundations is in a bit of trouble, and the help from Aslan is not swinging it back in his favour. Over this side, enormous forces by Boudica on the move, but I think they are consolidating, and Mark Auriel has just basically established a kill zone here. He's just firing at everything, but also taking fire from these non-garrison, it must be said, towers. That's actually part of a wall, so he's built a wall structure there. RUL is making Cav in a bit of a hurry. He's got 33 of them. Are we going to see them in action? Let's have a look at the military text that everybody has researched. Who is the most armed? It looks like it's Behuda. Behuda's got the level 3 on both archery and sword, and has got the high levels of defense. And no wonder Behuda is quite dangerous now. And that's how they've managed to sustain this attack for so long. Populations, Gladiators still low after losing out, and it looks like, yeah, there's fighting going on. Meta Foundations has been fighting at the back here. What's attacking what? I'm hearing ram noises. That is rams of Meta Foundations who are trying to basically erode Mark Auriel's territory from the back. So a bit of a counter going on there, a sneaky one. They've actually captured that Gaul CC of Gladiator. So Gladiator's been made homeless a second time. He's built another one here. But yeah, clever move by Meta Foundation. While everybody was keeping an eye on his CC, Aslan's been defending it. Meta Foundations has expanded round the back and has sprung a march on Gladiator, and is attempting to hurt Mark Auriel here on the blind side. I think they're going to stop that ram before it does any serious damage. That said, it's made it to the CC. Does this mean that Jorsa and RUL are going to counter and try and take... yeah, they don't seem to be making barely a dent in that ram at the moment. It has damaged the CC. They need to stop it, and they have done. I think Mark Auriel now will be going at what's this? Jorsa's got a siege tower. So siege towers rolling towards Mark Auriel's base. So these things very difficult to kill if you haven't got siege. Quite difficult to get near if they're fully laden. There's a priest in there as well. So strong troops all the time, and supported by the Cav of RUL, who's really come good in this. But what a force he's facing up here. This is Mark Auriel's Chariots who are going to come storming in to try and stop this. Boudica's sending troops back. That leaves this flank currently open. Looks like RUL is committed to attacks in the middle with Jorsa. What are we seeing at this end? We're still seeing Behuda fighting a attritional battle here with Aslan and Meta Foundations. Meta Foundations has also kind of stopped the attacks from north going south. He's just got infrastructure up there. But big battle in the middle. We are seeing Mark Auriel's Chariots. We're seeing that's almost destroyed now. That siege tower, it has taken a lot of flak. There it goes, and out come a whole load of troops and priests, so they'll be piling in. Jorsa reinforcing this fight. I'm not sure if this has got the numbers. So Boudica and Mark Auriel have got them pinned in the middle. Now would be a good time for Aslan to pop up, but he's still fighting with Behuda, so I think possibly Boudica and Mark Auriel are striking a bit of a death blow here. Let's have a look who's in the middle. Jorsa's troop numbers are dropping. Jorsa's population dropping massively. He's also currently in deficit in the kill-death ratio. Still 1.8 for Mark Auriel, still 1.8 for Aslan. But Aslan is not involved in this bit here. And they're going south. Where are they giving chase? Are they going all the way back to... I think they are. I think they're going all the way back to Jorsa's base. Or are they going to come in? I'm not sure where they're planning to come in. As we see a ram in the background, that is one of Gladiators, where I was looking to possibly support this effort from Behuda. Behuda and Aslan and Meta Foundations have fought themselves to a bit of a stalemate down here. There's like enemy at the gates. We're seeing a small contingent of troops and some rams there, but we're hearing battering ram damage, but I'm not sure where that is. Mark Aurel now going in heavily on Jorsa and this infrastructure over here. There's a lot of troops garrisoned in there, so it's not going down. Yeah, Mark Aurel and Boudica now coming back to try and take this flank. We are seeing a straight shooting attack here. This is a small amount of infantry going in on Aslan. So Aslan being attacked his own territory for the first time. He had been defending from Behuda, still defending from Behuda. He's got his rams of his own, so they're trying to go through buildings, but big force from Aslan defending them. They're going to have to go after those rams. It's back and forth over there. In the middle, we see... Where's their battering ram got to? There it is. It's a little bit behind. They're fighting next to a fortress. You don't really want to be doing that. The rams of Behuda are trying to work their way through barracks to get to that CC. Aslan's still fighting, but now having to deal with two dangers. Is he going to have to abandon this defense and go and defend his own base? Because the CC it's not currently under attack. Ram seems to have taken forever to get anywhere near. It's only a small amount of infantry that are back. So I think Gladiator's distraction is no more than that. But is that enough time for Behuda to get at the CC? Meta Foundation seemingly unable to stop it. CC is halfway destroyed. The ram is still there. And CC could be going. Aslan comes back. Behuda's got a lot of troops around it. But... and there are heroes all over the place. You can see the markers. There goes the ram. They nearly got the CC. They got it about 2/3 destroyed. On the other side, we're waiting for Boudica to go with a big push. Mark Aurel seems to have been fended off for the time being, but that's the end. And that was a sudden ending. So what was the point of that then? Well, thank Mark Aurel for sending that through. Did somebody resign? I don't know. Right, well, let's have a look at the summary. You may have to decide a winner on scores. I hate it when that happens, when you don't get a clear victory. So according to the scores, Team 2 were winning that. Well, that was a bit underwhelming, wasn't it? Mark Aurel sent me that one, and it finished really suddenly. So don't quite understand that. We didn't get a solid out-and-out winner. I guess. I'm not convinced. I think Mark Aurel and Boudica would have actually sprung through and possibly won that. Difficult to say. Yeah. But we've got to give it to Team 2 on scores, I guess. So congratulations to Jorsa, Meta Foundations, Aslan and RUL. But I'm just going to mention this now because this is the second time we've had this happen. If your game doesn't finish, in a kind of conclusive way, bearing in mind we're doing this for views and stuff, we're looking to we want the satisfaction of a conclusion. Don't submit it, because that was all over the place. There was a lot more fighting and decisions to be made on that. I thought Team 1 were going to come good on that and actually get a breakthrough. The scores as it stands are with Team 2. Clearly they did do quite well, but I think Mark Aurel and Boudica kind of certainly had the drop on that. I thought Behuda was about to make a breakthrough down south. Aslan was still strong but was coming under pressure, and I didn't see that much from Meta Foundations or RUL. Jorsa was quite good, but you get that unsatisfactory end with a game that just stops suddenly without any resignations or without there being a clear resolution. So yeah, if you're thinking of submitting a game and it finishes like that, don't do it, because nobody wants to sit through and then feel like that at the end of it. That's a shame. My opinion, let me know if you think differently in the comments. My opinion is that I think Team 1 would have had that. Let's see how their respective populations were looking, just to see if they were any close. So, yeah, Gladiator was in trouble, definitely, but so was Meta Foundations. RUL had quite a good population. Everybody else was up here. Aslan was just starting to look like he might have been in trouble. So I think Team 1 would have pushed through eventually and worn them down. It was quite a long game at that point. We got 34 minutes, 38. And like I said, Mark Oriel sent that one in. If the end of that game was chopped off in the replay, then I do apologise. But as far as we can tell, that's where the replay ends without a conclusion. So, yeah, a bit of a shame. We would have liked to have seen a conclusive victory. Let's have a look at the kill-death ratio, see who the major murderer was. Aslan definitely 1.89, held off Mark Oriel just. Did like the look of those Chariots. They looked pretty solid, to be honest. But individual score, looks like Meta Foundations got the individual score because he did do that move. Nobody got a higher score, did they? Yeah, they did. Mark Oriel got a higher score. So I think we'll have to give Mark Oriel and possibly Aslan players of the day there. But again, slightly unsatisfactory conclusion. Sorry about that. I don't watch the games in advance because I genuinely don't want to know what's going to happen. I find it more exciting if I don't when I'm calling it. You know, there's nothing quite like not knowing what's going to happen next. Sadly, in this instance, what happened next was the replay ended, and we have to declare Team 2 the winner. So congratulations to Team 2. Thanks to Mark Oriel for sending that through. Although it would have been nice if it had a conclusion. Thank you all for subscribing. We've hit 500 subscribers, so you will be seeing some action on the newly added community tab as soon as it appears in YouTube. It hasn't appeared just yet. It could take up to a week. So there'll be a lot more opportunities to interact with you directly and find out what you want to see on the channel. Hoping for a midweek game as well, but for this week, like I said, sorry we missed the midweek game this week just gone. There may be one this coming week, so you will get some more Newbie Rush real soon. I hope you enjoyed the game up to the point it ended, and I hope you took something from it, if nothing else, to try out that crazy chariots that Mark Oriel was using. They look like a lot of fun. But until next time, I'll see you then. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a comment, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon to be notified of future episodes. If you'd like one of your matches featured on the show, see the video description of how you can submit your replays. And if you can't wait for the next episode, then why not check out these playlists in the end titles for more replays, commentary, and tutorials on 0AD Newbie Rush. I'll see you in the next video.